So next question, a concave mirror produces 3 times magnified or enlarged real image of the object placed at 10 centimeter in front of it. Where is the image located? So understand the question. Question is, where is the image located? That means they are asking we question mark. Okay, we you need to find out. So first understand what is the given data. A concave mirror produces 3 times magnified, enlarged or real image of the object placed at 10 centimeter. They have given u as 10 centimeter. Okay, 3 times magnified. See, a concave mirror produces 3 times magnified real image of the object. 3 times magnified real image of the object means, that is, h is the object, h prime is the image. Okay, so what they are saying, a concave mirror, what they are saying, a concave mirror produces 3 times magnified real image of the object. That means the image height or whatever the image size is, 3 times the object. Okay, so a concave mirror produces 3 times magnified real image of the object. So whatever the image produced is 3 times the size of the object. So we have to take h prime as 3 times the h. So we will go through the answer now. So magnification produced by spherical mirror is given by the relation. So we have magnification formula, m is equal to v by u is equal to, in the case of mirror it is minus v by u is equal to h prime by h, where h prime is the image height, h is the object height, right? So we will see what formulas they are using. So m is equal to height of the image by height of the object, which is equal to image distance by object distance. So what I said above is the same. So m is equal to h prime divided by h, that is equal to minus v by u. This is minus v by u. So m is equal to h prime by h is equal to minus v by u. So we know what is h prime, right? We know what is h prime. H prime is 3 times the size of the object. So substituting that h prime here, so m will be equal to, what happens, 3 times h divided by h, right? Since it is real, we have to take it as negative, because real image is always inverted. If the height below the principal axis, we have to take it as negative. So this h prime is the height below the principal axis, so minus 3h we have to take. So minus 3h divided by h, which is equal to minus v divided by u. So this h will get cancelled. So the equation will turn into this, that is 3h minus 3h divided by h is equal to minus v by u. This h will get cancelled. So minus this minus will get cancelled. So only 3 will be equal to v divided by u. So v will become 3 times u, right? So we have value of u. They have given object distance as 10 centimeter. Since object is placed left side the mirror, we have to take it as minus. So 3 into u, so v is equal to 3 into minus 10. So v will be equal to minus 30 centimeter. So 30 centimeter is the distance of the image. This minus indicates the image is on the same side as the object, that is left side. So let me explain the ray diagram for this. Okay, so what exactly and how exactly they have calculated, let me explain the ray diagram, then you will understand it in an effective manner. Okay, see, question is, they have given concave mirror. Okay, so they are saying the object is placed at 10 centimeter. Let me take the object is placed at exactly this position. Okay, the image is 3 times magnified. So to get the image enlarged, So where you have to place the object? Object should be placed between center of curvature and focus, right? To get image enlarged, you have to place the object between center of curvature and focus. So it is, they said it is 3 times enlarged. It may form behind the center of curvature. You know the ray diagram, one will pass through focus and one more ray you take obliquely. Exactly at this point the image will form. So this is the case they have given. So they are asking you to find out this distance, the distance between the image and the pole, that is image distance v. Okay, you can see from the figure, image is left side, so we will get it as negative. So you got it right. Okay, so this is how you have to guess what exactly answer you will get, and you have to get the answer. So hope you are clear with this question. So next question is, a light ray traveling in air enters obliquely. Obliquely in the sense it is not exactly perpendicular, slightly slant orientation will be there. See, this is what we call it as obliquely. There will be slant orientation. If the ray is like this, we call it as perpendicular. If the rays are like this, we call it as parallel. So oblique means it is neither perpendicular or parallel. There will be slant orientation. So this is what we call it as obliquely. So hope you know the meaning of obliquely now. Okay, so question is, a ray of light in air enters obliquely into water. So let me separate. This is the air water interface. So if I take air water interface, if I consider this as air, the other medium is water. This medium is water. So let me draw one normal. A ray of light traveling in air enters. So one ray is traveling in air. This is the ray traveling in air. It enters into water. So this is water. So when it enters into water, does the light ray bend towards the normal or away from the normal? Why? Why is the question. So when a ray of light enters from a rarer medium to denser medium, I have already said you, it will always bend towards the normal. If you draw the light rays as it is without any deviation, this is that, and the light ray will bend towards the normal. Why it will bend towards the normal? Why is the question. Because when light enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the speed of the light decreases. As the speed of the light decreases, the ray will bend towards the normal. Okay, so let us see what answer they have given. Yeah, the ray of light bend towards the normal. This is my answer too. So when the ray of light enters optically rarer medium having low refractive index to an optically denser medium having high refractive index, its speed slows down. So and it bend towards the normal. Since water is optically denser than air, a ray of light entering from air into water will bend towards the normal. So this much answer you have to write. So clearly you can write, when a ray of light enters from rarer medium to denser medium, the light ray will bend towards the normal because the speed of the light entering from rarer medium to denser medium will slow down. So that is the reason the light ray will bend towards the normal. So hope you are clear with this answer. So we will move on to the next one. So light enters from air to glass. So it is clear, light enters from air to glass. Air in the sense it is a rarer medium, glass is denser medium. Okay, so glass having refractive index of 1.5. So refractive index of glass is how much? 1.5. You know refractive index of air is 1. Okay, so what is the speed of light in glass? They are asking Vg. Vg is equal to question mark. We have formula n is equal to c divided by v. Okay, so they are asking what is the speed of light in glass. So C value, it is, they have given the speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. If they don't give also, you should remember the speed of light in vacuum is always 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So let us go through the solution. The refractive index of medium Nm is equal to speed of light in vacuum to the, that is what I said, that is N is equal to C divided by V, where N is the refractive index, C is the speed of light in vacuum, V is the speed of light in the medium. We can take it as Ng, that is refractive index of glass, is equal to C, that is speed of light in vacuum, divided by speed of light in medium, that is Vg. So our aim is to find out Vg, right? So what we have to do, we will cross multiply by Vg this side, so Vg will become C divided by Ng, right? So we will go through the answer. So C we know, Ng they have given 1.5, so V is equal to, so what, V is equal to C divided by Ng, C divided by Ng. So C is how much, so 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 1.5, so 1.5 ones are 1.5 twos are, so 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second is the speed of light in glass. So speed of light in glass is 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So hope you are clear with this. I have solved already many problems in the same manner while explaining refractive index. You can go through those videos. So we will move on to the next problem. Find out from the table. So let me show it once again. So find out from the table the medium having highest optical density. Also find the medium with the lowest optical density. So they have given air, that is refractive index is 1, material medium Canada, refractive index is 1.5. so these are the materials they have given, this is the refractive index they have given. So you can see refractive index of air is 1, ice is 1.3, water is 1.3, alcohol is 1.3, kerosene is 1.4. Likewise they have given refractive index of medium. Okay, so question here is medium having highest optical density. So if optical density is more, then refractive index will be more. If optical density is less, then refractive index will be less. So it is that simple. So we can easily say, so diamond is having highest refractive index, it is 2.42. so lowest refractive index is air. So highest optical density is diamond, lowest optical density is air. So optical density of a medium is directly related with refractive index of the medium. So that is what I said, if refractive index is more, optical density will be more. If refractive index is less, optical density will be less. So refractive index of diamond is more, that is 2.42, so it will have highest optical density. Refractive index of air is 1, therefore it is having lowest optical density. So a medium which has highest refractive index will have highest optical density, and lowest will have lowest optical density. So we can see from the table that diamond and air respectively have highest and lowest refractive index. Therefore diamond has highest optical density and air has lowest optical density. So hope you have understood it clearly. So we will move on to the next question. Okay, you are given kerosene, turpentine and water. In which of these does light travel faster? Use the information in the given table. You can see the table from the textbook. So question is, they have given you kerosene, turpentine, water. In which of these does light travel faster? You know the relation n is equal to c divided by v. So from this relation, if c is a constant, because its value doesn't change, it is always 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. If I take it as a proportionality constant, I can relate n is inversely proportional to v. So where n is refractive index, v is speed of light in medium, right? So if refractive index is more, speed will be less. If refractive index is less, speed will be maximum, more, right? So whichever the kerosene or turpentine or water will have more refractive index, it will have less speed. So whichever out of these three will have less refractive index, that will have maximum speed. Whatever when light travels with that medium, it travels with the maximum speed. So you can say directly by seeing the refractive index of these three. So let us see what are the refractive index of kerosene, turpentine and water. So water it is 1.3, kerosene 1.4, turpentine 1.4, more than 1.4. I think it is 1.47. So see, 1.47 is having more refractive index compared to kerosene. Compared to kerosene, water is having less. So since water is having less refractive index, so speed of the light will be maximum in water. So it is simple, very simple question. So let's see the answer, what answer they have given. See, answer is, in water light travel faster. So this is the answer. In water light travel faster, because the reason is n is equal to, or n is inversely proportional to speed. So we will see what answer they have given. In water light travels faster as compared to the kerosene and turpentine, because the refractive index of water is lower than the kerosene and turpentine. The speed of light is inversely proportional to the refractive index. So speed of light is inversely proportional to the refractive index. Since the refractive index of water is lower, speed will be maximum. So we will move on to the next question. The refractive index of diamond is 2.42. What is the meaning of this statement? So I have already discussed this question. Let me discuss it once again, not a problem. The refractive index of diamond is 2.42. This means that the speed of diamond will reduce by a factor of 2.42 as compared to the speed of light in air. In other words, speed of light in diamond is 1 by 2.42 times the speed of the light in vacuum. So that means the speed of the light decreases by 1 by 2.42 times compared to the vacuum in the case of diamond. So we will move on to the next question, which is page number 184. Okay, define one diaperture uh, of power of lens. Okay, so you know I have already discussed this. One diaperture you have to define. You know P is equal to 1 divided by F. So power of lens is reciprocal of focal length. So if focal length is 1 meter, then we say power of lens as 1 diaperture. So the SI unit of power of lens is diopter, which is denoted by the letter D. One diopter is defined as the power of lens of focal length 1 meter. If the power of lens of focal length is 1 meter, then we define it as 1 diopter. So let us go for the next question. So the next question is, a convex lens forms a real and inverted image of a needle at a distance of 50 centimeter from it. Okay, let me draw the diagram. This is the convex lens. This is the principal axis. This is focus 1. This is focus 2f. This is focus 2. This is 2f2. Okay, so a convex lens forms a real and inverted image of a needle at distance of 50 centimeter from it. Where is the needle placed in front of the convex lens if the image is equal to the size of the object? So you remember the table in the case of convex lens. So where exactly if you place the object, you will get the image which is same size as the object, that is 2f, right? 2f is the answer. So when you place the object at 2 times 2f1, you will get the image exactly at 2f2. So one ray will go like this. You know the image formation, I have already explained. This is the image diagram. Okay, so answer is very clear. Since the image is real and same size, the position of the image should be at 2f. It is given that image of the needle is formed at a distance of 50 centimeter from the convex lens. Hence the needle is placed in front of the lens is also at the same distance, that is 50 centimeter. So in the case of convex lens, when you place the object at 2f, you will get the image at 2f, and size of the image is same as size of the object, and image distance will be equal to object distance. So in this case I will add you one more extra question. What is the focal length? So calculate the focal length. That is, focal length will be how much? It is 25, because 2f is 50. So f is 50 by 2, that is 25. So they have calculated, they have asked one more question. Also find the power of lens. So we have to calculate power of lens in the same problem. Okay, so we already know f. We already know f. What is f? That is 25, right? So see, we have 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u for lens. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by u is how much? 50 minus of 1 by minus 50. So minus of minus is plus. So 1 by 50 plus 1 by 50, that is 2 by 50. 2 by 50 is 1 by 25. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by 25. Therefore f is equal to 25 centimeter. Since f is in centimeter, so power of lens will be equal to 1 by focal length. So we have to calculate power of lens. Since f is in centimeter, we have to take 100 divided by f, that is 25. So 25 ones are 25 fours are. So power of lens is nothing but 4 diopter. So this is the answer. Hope you have understood it. If you want to see it again, you can go back and see the video again. So let us move on to the next problem. So find the power of convex lens of focal length 2 meter. See here they have given focal length as 2 meter. When they give in terms of 2 meter or meter, you have to take p is equal to 1 divided by f only. If they give in centimeter, you have to take p as 100 divided by f. So since p is equal to 1 by f, p is equal to f is 2 meter. So 1 by 2, that is 0.5. So p is equal to 0.5 diopter. Clear? So we will move on to the next question. So